Hey guys, my name's Skylar. I'm the founder of a retention agency called Influx Labs, and today I'm going to show you how to funnel leads from your website onto an email list so you can have a list of potential customers' emails as an asset and make your paid ads more profitable overall with email. As an e-com brand in 2024, having an email newsletter is an absolute must. The reason for this is because it allows e-com brands to actually save leads from their cold traffic onto a personal list where they can continue to nurture these people and nurture their relationships with these people until they're actually ready to buy. And it's for this exact reason that, in my opinion, not saving a good percentage of your paid traffic onto an email list is the equivalent to burning money. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but to truly understand how valuable an email list is for an e-com brand, let's take a look at the way most e-com brands run their advertisements. So what you'll do is you'll buy paid ads, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Google, and these paid ads send a certain amount of people to your website where they have two choices to make. So the first choice is that they look at your products and they decide that they want to purchase right then and there. Now, the problem with this when you're not collecting emails is that this will likely be the last time that they purchase unless they're retargeted with another ad in the future. So that's option one. That's the optimum outcome when you're running paid ads without collecting emails. When you get into option two, here's where things get a little bit tricky with this strategy. So there's the other bulk of people, which is going to be the majority of people that receive your advertisements. They're going to look at your products once they go to your website, and they're going to decide that they aren't interested in purchasing, or they at least are not interested in purchasing right here and right now at this very moment. So when they decide that, they will exit your website. And again, they're likely not going to visit your website another time unless they're retargeted with another paid ad. So that's, again, more money that you're going to have to spend to get them back to the website. So sure, some of these ads may be very effective for the people that, take option one and purchase right then and there. But every single eyeball who visits your website just to leave right after without making a purchase is a missed opportunity, and it's wasted money that you spent on these advertisements. So when people take that second option, that's exactly what I mean by burning money. And sadly, that's the outcome of a lot of paid advertisements when you aren't collecting emails. But on the flip side, what if instead of just going to your website after you paid for this traffic and exiting without purchasing, what if you could save these leads that viewed your products and left and continue to nurture them until they're actually ready to buy? How much money would that save you realistically on your ads? And how much more profitable do you think these advertisements would be? Well, for a lot of e-com brands, they've discovered that this is actually the number one multiplier for making their paid ads more profitable. By collecting these leads onto an email list, your ads become that much more effective. And instead of having to convert these people that come from your advertisements right then and there as cold traffic, you actually get to keep these people's personal email addresses forever as a sales asset. So because of this, you can continue to send these people emails, nurture them, explain to them why your products are the best, why they should buy them, handle any objections, and actually get these people to purchase when they are ready to buy over and over and over again. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to collect 10% or more of this traffic onto your personal email list every single time you send traffic to your website. So let's get into it. Instead of spending more and more money on paid ads to get people to purchase, I'm going to show you exactly how to collect 8 to 10% of your website traffic onto your email list consistently so that you can have a full list of personal emails from potential buyers, and you can nurture them until they're ready to buy on their own time at a cost that is going to be only a fraction of the amount of money that you're actually going to spend on the paid ads in the first place. So the way that we do this is by setting up high converting sign-up forms. So there are a few different kinds of sign-up forms. The ones that I'm going to go over are the pop-up and the embedded sign-up forms. So if you can get this step right, you will be able to collect 8 to 10% of your website traffic consistently. So what I'm going to do is show you a few of the email signup forms that are working very well for e-com brands. And we're going to see some patterns in here, and I'm going to explain to you why this works so well and how you can actually do this with your own e-com brand. Here are 3 examples of e-com brands that are absolutely crushing and collecting tens of thousands of people onto their email list on a monthly basis. So I want to show you 3 examples of really, really good sign-up forms. And I just want you to take a look at these and tell me if you see a pattern here. So the first one is Gymshark, and we have a large attention-catching image right here on the side. And then on the other side, you have your main offer here, which is 10% off. And then they have a subheader, which explains what they're actually signing up for, right? They're signing up for email and SMS. And then they allow you to choose your gender and put an email address in here. That's the first one. The second one is Magic Spoon. Again, large attention grabbing image on the side. They have the offer bolded in the headline here as well. And then they, again, explain what they're signing up for a bit here. Get a gift for your birthday. And they actually allow you to put in your birthday here so that they can send you this gift personalized to you. And then you just put in your email address. Pit Vipers, again, very, very big limited time offer here in bold. It jumps out right away. And then in the subheader, they have the actual offer. So get 15% off your next order when you sign up for Pit Viper emails and texts. And then the additional little thing that they actually added is a live countdown timer here for when this limited time offer expires. And then what they'll do is they'll actually have multiple offers that are ever changing and a bit different. So these are 3 pop-up sign-up forms that you can actually set up within Klaviyo, or whatever email service provider you're using. They all have pop-up sign-up forms, and you can actually build them out right there and actually set them up to link to your Shopify store and be live on your website collecting emails. Here you've picked up on a few things that these sign-up forms do well, but I'm gonna run you through kind of the main reasons why these forms are collecting so many emails. So all 3 of these sign-up forms that you've just seen, the Gymshark, the Magic Spoon, and the Pit Vipers, do the most important thing very well, which is the offer, right? Whether it's a percentage off discount, a $1 off discount, a free gift, some other guarantee like this limited time offer, the offer needs to be enticing enough for someone to want to make a trade with you, right? The trade that everyone is making within the sign-up forms on your website is that they give you their email address in return for what you give them. So what you give them needs to be valuable enough, for them to trade their email for it. So in Gymshark's case, that's this 10% off discount. In Magic Spoon's case, that's the 5% off plus a birthday gift. And in the Pit Viper's case, that is this limited time offer, 15% off your next order when you sign up. So that's very important. If you don't have an offer that is valuable enough for these people to make that trade, email for offer with you, then you're not going to have any people sign up. So that's the main thing that you have to get right. The second aspect that these sign-up forms do very, very well is that they're eye-catching, right? That's another thing, is that people have to see these pop-up sign-up forms to actually put their emails into them. So they need to be not boring, not annoying, but eye-catching enough for people to actually look at this offer. So most of the time, that's done with really, really strong graphics, big headlines, and kind of enticing colors and big-sized headlines and subheaders. So that's what all 3 of these do really, really well, right? Graphic, big offer, CTA, or exclusivity, like the Pit Vipers example. So this timer actually catches the eye really well as well. So that's the second thing. The third thing that the sign-up forms need to do really well, and this is also super, super important, is they need to be very low friction, right? You can't be asking for too much here. People aren't going to sit around and click a bunch of buttons, answer a bunch of questions, and just do you favors for no reason. So what you need to do is, if you want just an email address, ask for that at one time, right? Don't ask for an email address, an SMS number, their birthday, right? Their social security number, It needs to be limited to one thing at a time, so it's low friction and these people don't have objections to actually filling in the information. So another thing they do really well, this one allows you to choose the gender, this one allows you to put in your birthday, but neither one is required because they only want you to take one action at a time. A great example of a brand that keeps the friction really, really low is in 310 Nutrition's pop-up sign-up form. And I know for a fact that this is collecting 10+% of the website traffic that actually goes to 310's website onto it. So the way that they keep the friction low, and this is honestly the best strategy that we've seen for having sign-up forms on your website, is separating your sign-up forms into 3 distinct parts. So in part 1, it's as low friction as possible, which is where you're asking if they're interested in the offer. So in 310's case, they will have the first part of their pop-up come up and say, would you like a discount towards your next purchase? Where you say yes or no thanks, right? This is as low friction as it gets because this is a no-brainer, and all they have to do for this is to just click yes, please. So there's nobody that's going to see this if they're actually serious at all about buying and click no thanks when they're being offered a discount. So they're going to click yes. And at that point, you've gotten them past that level. So they're more likely to actually continue this journey since they've started it. So that's part 1, as low friction as possible. If they click yes, what you're going to do then is have the actual email pop up. So then after they've clicked yes that they want the discount, all they have to do is enter their email to unlock the discount. So 310 reveals what this discount is and they allow them to put in their email, right? Nobody's going to click yes, please on this asking for the discount. And then when they're given the discount, just decide not to put their email in, right? So again, really great strategy for getting people to put their emails in. But we don't stop at this point. So now that we've collected the email, and we've gotten that, that's what we came for mainly, they actually continue to ask for more things, right? So once they have the email, only then do they ask for the number. They're not asking for the number right below the email and giving people 2 steps. They're only asking after they've received the email so people aren't backing out. This low friction strategy is the absolute most effective way of collecting emails and phone numbers that we found. And I recommend implementing the strategy that 310 used immediately for your own ecom brand. You want to have 3 different steps where you're asking about the offer and then asking for the email and then asking for the phone number. And this is the way that's going to allow you to collect up to 10% of your website traffic onto your email list. Now, this is very, very important when you're actually setting up your pop-up sign-up form. You need to be using these exact settings for this sign-up form, or else everything else that we mentioned up to this point is going to become irrelevant. So make sure that you have these settings set up within Klaviyo when you're making your pop-up sign-up form. So you want the sign-up form to trigger after 5 seconds, because when you go to a website and the pop-up form triggers and jumps into your face right away before you've seen anything at all, it's very annoying. So make sure that you don't make it trigger immediately. The second thing is you're going to want it to trigger upon scrolling 50% of the screen. Again, you don't want it to trigger as soon as someone scrolls. You want them to at least scroll through half of your website before it pops up, again, so it's not as annoying. And then you're also going to want it to trigger on exit intent. And exit intent is when someone hovers over the back button, essentially threatening to leave the website. The pop-up form will actually pop up before they get a chance to do that, so they can have an opportunity to see your offer and sign up for your email list. So again, pop-ups that trigger as soon as someone enters your website will annoy people and cause them to click away immediately. So make sure that you have these settings set up and make sure that you're consistently iterating and testing to find out what works best for your specific brand, right? The same thing isn't going to work for every single ecom brand. So you have to continue and test things like these settings, your actual offer, the designs on your sign-up forms, pictures you're using, etc. The main goal, like I said earlier, is to make sure that you have an offer that is enticing enough to make people feel like they need to trade their email to receive this offer. Lastly, I wanted to bring up the embedded sign-up form as well, because this is also an important thing to have on your website. So within your actual landing page, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have this newsletter sign-up form on the bottom of your page. It's not going to be as effective as your pop-up form, but it's still important to have on your website because a lot of times it can collect stragglers, people that clicked off the pop-up on accident or just missed it altogether. So it's important to have this on your website and then linked to your email list using your email service provider. And most of these pop-up sign-up forms have been created within Klaviyo's form editor, but no matter what email service provider you're using, most of them have really good sign-up form editors because it's such an important aspect of the actual email marketing that most of them are going to allow you to do exactly what we showed here, which is have a eye-catching image, a great offer in a bolded headline, a subheader explaining what they're signing up for, and then the actual sign up form with a big button below. So there's no reason that you can't go to your ecom store right now and set this up for yourself and start collecting your paid traffic onto your email list so that you can have them as an asset for the foreseeable future and then retarget them consistently and nurture them until they're ready to buy. If you follow this video step by step, I can guarantee you that your paid ads will be more profitable and that you're going to waste a lot less money because you're going to actually be able to convert a good majority of the traffic that you send to your website, whether that is in the immediate moment from the ad or at a later date from your email list. So there's no reason not to have an email list. There's no reason not to have a newsletter. It's too big of an asset to just let go by the wayside and let your competitors beat you with retention. All right, guys, so that's about it. If you want to have this document for yourself personally to keep so that you can look through it, see these strategies, and actually use it as kind of a tutorial to build your own high converting sign-up forms and start building an email list that is collecting people kind of in heavy bulk on your website, then what I'm going to do is actually just link this document in the description. You can click through, you can save it for yourself and keep it forever. And if you are an e-com brand who is not having a lot of success getting people to sign up to their email list and you would like to have this set up for yourself without taking the time and effort to do it, I'm going to have a link to our website in the description below. You can go through, you can book a call, and we can get this set up for you with no headache at all on your side. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and have a good one.